Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show. We'll be talking about commercial real estate in Central and Eastern Europe. Good Thursday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show. We're getting started even before the sun comes up today because we've got a lot of things going on, a lot of interesting things happening this week. We're working on all of our events as always. We've got our September 16th Back to Business cocktails, September 22nd, which is our OctoberFest event at the InterContinental Hotel. And October 20th and 21st, the CEE Investment Awards coming up. We also have a lot going on with the magazines, our investment magazine, our real estate magazine, and our retail magazine for MIPIM, EXPO Real, and MAPIC. MIPIM, of course, is in September, beginning of September, so we'll be ready for that. Anything you want to put in the magazines, let us know. We definitely want to get you guys in right away. And Winston's, of course, working on the magazines right now on the editorial side. So let us know if you have anything for that. Now we're going to jump right into the news, which is on EuropaProperty.com website, and our editor Winston Norman will do that, and we'll come back in 20 seconds and start the news. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now preparing for the CEE region's flagship event for investors and developers, the Europa Property Investment Awards, which will be live and online October 20th and 21st. With a total of over 400 international and regional attendees, this event is not to be missed. Okay, so we're back, and Winston's ready with the news, I understand, so we will jump right into it. And Winston, let us have all the exciting news for the day on the EuropaProperty.com site.
Good morning and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show. And here are the main headlines from the EuropaProperty.com website. Today we'll start in the residential sector, and Colliers have released a new investment market report where they say that this sector now comprises 30% of European investment volumes. The report, entitled On the Rise, Examining the Drivers Behind Mounting Investor Interest in Residential Properties in Europe's Major Cities. The report ranks major destinations in terms of their allure to investors and highlights the opportunities and risks emerging around increasingly prominent asset class. According to the research in Warsaw, for example, based on average household incomes, the typical buyer can purchase 3 times as much residential floor space as in Paris. This reinforces the attractiveness of the city for the private rented sector. Additionally, the relatively high cost of housing in core cities is also pushing investors into alternative secondary and emerging residential locations where there is a potential upside to capital values. However, despite this broadly positive outlook, the report makes it clear that residential investment is not without risks, as many governments move to address the affordability gap with measures to tame prices or new regulations favouring tenants. Staying in the investment market and moving to the hotel sector, and Cushman & Wakefield have revealed that key investors are sticking to their core markets. According to their latest report, the hotel investment scene in Central and Eastern Europe overcoming the pandemic and bridging the financial gap in 2020. The hotel sector in the Central and Eastern European 6 countries, Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland, Romania, and Slovakia, saw just 370 million in transactions. This figure was far below the initial expectations for the year of 1.8 billion, as many deals were put on hold or withdrawn because of the pandemic. Most of the volume transactions in the last year comprised deals that had already been committed before the outbreak of the pandemic. So this has led many investors to retreat to their core markets and focus on familiar ground. However, according to Cushman, despite the relatively low volume transacted in the past year, it is evident that investor activity in the region has restarted, with nearly 140 million in transactions already closed in 2021, and the total volume for the year forecasted to reach around 320 million euros. On the long-term horizon, the potential of the region's hotel market remains robust. According to Łukasz Hijuk from CMS Partner, it says that it's safe to say that the outlook is positive. Banks continue to express an interest in financing hotels in Central and Eastern Europe, and with limited virtual alternatives and evergreen consumer appeal, they expect healthy demand to return as the world reopens for business. So some good positive news there. And moving to the e-commerce sector, an international online retailer, Wildberries, has announced the opening of an online store in Moldova. This is the company's 15th country of operations. Wildberries offers its customers in Moldova around 5.5 million items of goods from 43,000 brands. In 2021, Wildberries launched sales in USA, Germany, France, Italy, and in 2020 it entered Poland, Slovakia, Israel, and other countries. By the end of 2020, the export sales of Wildberries increased by 95% to 23.7 billion rubles. Staying in the residential sector and moving back to Poland, in the first half of 2021, EXPO Investments sold around 907 apartments, improving by almost 40% on the result achieved in the same period last year. The developer has handed over to its clients the keys to nearly 400 apartments. In total, in the first half of the year, the EXPO Archicom Group sold 1,745 apartments, which brings it close to achieving a sales target of over 3,000 apartments in 2021. By the end of June 2021, EXPO sold 907 apartments. Archicom, on the other hand, during this time sold 838 apartments. The result is very encouraging as the two companies become one of the leading residential developers in Poland. And finally for today, FlexiParks has secured financing for its first project in Vienna. FlexiParks North will be the first of several planned parks north of Vienna. The financing for this project has been confirmed in cooperation with a leading Austrian bank. FlexiParks serves a market where new and modern spaces with a good connection to the city are urgently needed. FlexiParks has recognised this lack of quality space solutions and responding with a business park that adapts to the requirements of this specific market. Construction will start in the summer of 2021 and is expected to be completed by Q1 2022. That's all for today, and for any more news, please check our website, EuropaProperty.com, where we have updated news throughout the day. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that was the end of the news, and thank you all very much for watching the show. We really appreciate it. Winston, great job on the news today. A lot of exciting things. We've got quite a few interviews also coming up in the next couple weeks. We're just editing them now and putting some things together and scheduling some interviews, so you'll see a lot of interesting things for the future. And everyone, enjoy the rest of the day, and we will see you tomorrow. Click here to subscribe to the Coffee with Craig show, and don't forget to share it with your friends.